This is basically just my 2026 everyday carry for tech items, but also just things that I use on a daily basis. I'm a pretty minimalistic person, so I don't have a lot of things that I use, but I'm a big firm believer of if you're going to use something a lot, might as well go high quality once than multiple renditions of something that's low quality. So this is pretty much my everyday carry here on the desk. We're gonna first start with my MacBook and my iPad. So pretty much this is a 14-inch MacBook Pro. It's with the M1 chip, and I think I got it in 2021, but it was pretty much my first big purchase in college. And it was the first MacBook that came out with the 120 Hertz refresh rate, and also the first MacBook that came out with the 14-inch display with the little island at the top. And so at the time, it was honestly like a dream come true. I remember waiting for the release of this particular model in the space gray and waiting for that. And then while I was in college, I had a new dedicated laptop, and the next thing that I did, next big purchase tech-wise I made, was my 12.9-inch iPad Pro here. There's a 11-inch and also a 12.9-inch, but this is basically the one that I opted for because I was using it to write notes at the time, and because I was in a lot of like math classes. Honestly, when it came to taking notes, it was much easier to write with a pencil than type out math functions and stuff like that. And so I opted for these two. Pretty much, this will come later, but in this backpack, I would always have my laptop as well as my iPad, and that would be kind of my main toolbox when it came to finishing college classes. My next essential is gonna have to be my AirPods Pros. I have like 3 pairs of these, but pretty much I take these every day in my sling bag, which will come up. But basically, I use these when I go to the gym, I use these at home sometimes, I use these everywhere when I go to Starbucks. Whenever I'm using this or this was always in my ears as well. And so I think, and I'll make a video for this later too, but I think these are one of the most underrated because they are popular and a lot of people use them, but I don't think I would be able to live without them. I've tried other earphones, but I don't think I could live without these. I think these are honestly one of my favorite and most essential items on this table. Then I'm gonna have to move over to my watches. And so I have 2 watches. The first one is the Tissot PRX in this icy blue dial. There's a really fun story about this, but I had this basic watch in navy blue, the darker blue. I got it stolen, long story, but basically my girlfriend felt bad because it was my first like nice watch and I lost it. And so she bought me this for, I believe, my birthday, and it was one of the sweetest things she's done for me, but also you know, it was nice because I got it back in my collection. And then the other one, this is my Tudor Black Bay 58 in the blue. And this was basically my first big purchase when it came to jewelry and stuff like that. Now that I look back, I definitely should not have bought that because it was way out of my budget, and I think I definitely did splurge a lot of money on this, but I have it now, and it's very dear to me. It's very sentimental because I basically bought it for myself when I graduated college and started my full-time job. And so, you know, I have it. It's beautiful. I don't think I would ever sell it, but this is basically the first nice watch, but also my first luxury item. First nice luxury item that I got. Next, it's gonna have to be my backpack. This is a backpack from Lululemon. It's a very beautiful backpack. It's gray. And I tried to look up what model this was, but this is discontinued. And so I believe it's 20 liters, but basically I used it for all of college. I bought it in college, and I don't know if you can tell, I'll put some clips up there, but it looks exactly like when I first bought it. There's a little creases here and there, but that's usually, you know, that happens with everything. But because it has a very durable texture, a durable canvas on it, it's water resistant. I don't think you can submerge the whole thing, but I've also had it in the rain and it's been fine. And especially if you're gonna put tech products in there, you gotta, you know, be mindful of if you're protecting your gear or not. And so this is definitely an essential. Anytime I have a couple trips coming up as well, but this will basically be my carry-on backpack, as well as the pretty much essentials go in here, and then I'll have a second suitcase for my bigger items. Next, I'm gonna grab it, but basically I couldn't fit it on the table, but this is my camera bag. And it opens up here. I have a couple things in it, but basically I have all of my camera items. I started photography and videography about a year ago, last year in June. And pretty much, you know, I have my mics in here, battery packs, other lenses. I have one other lens here, and then some filters. But basically, whenever I go out for like a shoot or anything like that, I grab this whole backpack. My camera will go in here as well. And then I can pretty much grab that. I'll grab this because it has my laptop and other editing software stuff on there. But I'll grab those two backpacks, put it in my car, and I can pretty much know that I have everything in terms of tools that I need for any shoot that I go on. And so that's definitely a very big essential for me as well. Then I have 3 colognes on here, and the crazy thing is I didn't buy a single one of these. My girlfriend gifted them for me. This was the first one that she got me. It's a Chanel sports cologne, and this is my favorite. I only wear it on special occasions. I think I've used about less than 10% of it. But this is, the smell is insane. But also, like, to me, it was the first expensive cologne that I ever had, and so I really save this and savor this for special occasions. This one is also very nice, but it's almost out because I wear this to work basically every day. This is my go-to smell at this point because I'm such a human of routine. Like, if I don't wear this cologne out, I'll feel a little sad, mainly because this is kind of part of my everyday routine. It sits right on my drawer over there. And before I go to work, I'll spray it twice on the wrist, here, and then I'm ready to go. And then this is the newest one she bought me. It's the shape of a lightning bolt. It also smells really good. I'll switch off with these two when it comes to special occasions, and this is kind of like my everyday care, but I love these so much. My next essential is going to have to be my iPhone 16 Pro Max. And so one of my first videos I did ever on YouTube that now I think has 30,000 views, which may not seem like a lot, but for somebody with less than 1,000 subscribers, that video really kind of was the first step into the world of YouTube, and it gave me some hope. But basically I spent too much time on this, as does everybody else, and I did not upgrade to the 17 Pro Max, which I do have a video on YouTube about why I didn't make that switch. But with the new 18 Pro Max and the Pro coming out, as well as the Fold possibly, I do think that I might be making the switch to one of those. But I do see myself usually upgrading iPhones every 2 years, and I think that's kind of been the best for my rhythm and flow for me. But it's in black, matte black, and the colors are nice. I usually opt for the Pro Max because I like a bigger screen. I have decent sized hands, and so I have no problem using it. Another thing, as you guys can see, no case. I never go use a case. I don't drop it. I've done that for the last 3 phones, so like 6 years now, and never have dropped a phone. I don't know why, but I think I just really feel bad, and it kills me to wrap or put something on this beautiful phone. It feels so much better, and once you go no case for a while, if you put a case back on it, it feels like you're holding a brick, and I really won't be able to do that. The next item, and this is something that goes hand in hand in terms of my phone, but is going to be my C5 LG OLED monitor that I have on my right hand side. I'll put some clips up for that, but basically I bought it about a month ago. It's a 42-inch TV from LG, but it's an OLED panel, and it's also 144 Hz refresh. And so basically it's a high refresh screen that I use as a monitor. And I had my doubts about it, mainly because of the way that OLED panels work when you use it as a monitor. I was afraid of the bleed-in and stuff like that, but I saw a lot of YouTube videos about that, and I think it gave me enough confidence to basically pull the trigger and go with the C5 OLED monitor. It's also huge, and so I had to do a whole project basically fitting it to my desk, because the way that it was sitting at the edge of my desk, it was way too close, and so I had to do a whole project, which there's also another video on my YouTube channel about what I did about that. But I think now I've basically set it up so that it works really, really well for my needs. And so that's gonna be the next essential, because I use it every day. I mainly use it for YouTube, and the main thing was the monitor I was using before didn't have 4K, which I felt like I was being left out because I consume so much YouTube content, and the fact that I wouldn't be able to watch all of those videos in 4K just kind of killed me. And so I upgraded finally into an OLED panel, but also 4K, and so it unlocked a lot more quality when it came to the videos. And the next thing after that, these are two things that I carry in my pocket all the time. This goes in my right pocket, my phone goes in my left, and then my keys go into my right back pocket. This is a card case from Ferragamo, also bought for me by my girlfriend. She buys me a lot of things now that I think about it. Basically half the things on this table were gifted to me by my girlfriend. But basically I had a Louis one before, but it kind of was shaped weird, and so it wasn't working out, and she got me this. And honestly, I have four cards in here, basically my Tesla key wallet, and then also my ID, and then also my Amex card, and then also my debit card. And so that's kind of all I need for when it comes to cards. And then for my keys, I live a very simple life. This is a esports team that I root for, #T1. And then this is a Swiss Army knife that I got gifted last birthday from my dad, which at first, I was like, I don't know if anyone's excited to get a Swiss Army knife for their birthday, but I use it so much now, and I can't think of a world where I didn't have one. In terms of keys, very simple. I have 3 keys because I drive a Tesla. I don't need a car key. I have my home key and then my 2 work keys, because we have 2 different locations that I ping pong between. And so one is the work by my house, the other one's a little farther out, but I go there on the weekends as well. So pretty much that's my everyday carry. It's not a lot, it's not crazy. It's really, like I said, just the things that I use on a daily basis. I'll definitely update it once I get, I'm always looking for ways to optimize and upgrade my everyday life. And so if I do get an upgrade or anything like that, I'll definitely make another video. But for now, I'm very happy with the things on the table, and I'll make a follow-up when I have more. But if you made it this far, I appreciate it so much. Go check out my other videos, subscribe, like, comment if you want. Comment what your favorite thing off of the table is, and I'll definitely respond. But other than that, I hope you have a beautiful day. Thank you.